Unreal Engine has sort of been on my mind since I was an early teen back in 2006. Back when I was playing games such as Unreal, Gears of War, and Mass Effect, but I never really had an interest in it until I got my hands on Unreal Tournament 3, which came bundled with the engine to allow you to modify and create custom maps. Back then it was called UDK, or Unreal Development Kit. I had some interest in going through the game files, but my true passion was filmmaking, specifically cinematography and editing. It wouldn't be for another 11 years after working in theater and film productions that Unreal Engine would catch my eye again with their virtual production demo showcasing that photorealism was now a reality. I would tinker and create small shorts here and there, but my interest would take full effect after the pandemic that forced me to stay indoors, which was both a blessing and a curse, as I'm sure many of you know. But I decided that this was the perfect time to really learn how flexible Unreal Engine is and how to utilize it for indie film productions. Unfortunately, given my inability to work, I was unable to acquire a high-end computer to replicate what I saw in those demos, and currently only able to work with a mid to low-end laptop from MSI. Still, I persisted. I wanted to know all the bells and whistles so that when I am able to work again, I would know how to make the best images possible as cheaply as possible. And I hope that what I show here can inspire you to do the same with whatever hardware you currently have. Anyone can create something compelling, and I applaud Epic Games for allowing anyone to use their software freely. Everything you see in this video has been taken from the Marketplace store and the vast Quixel Megascans library, as well as free-to-use assets that I found on ArtStation and CG Trader. When I say cheaply as possible, what I mean is imagine a film set like in Lord of the Rings, when Bilbo is pouring tea for Gandalf. Instead of using visual effects, they force the camera's perspective to give the illusion of scale. What I mean by this example is that it is entirely unnecessary to create vast worlds with intricate details. What you should just focus on is what the camera sees, and add layers to it to give the illusion of depth and proportion. So instead of making your ground covered in high detail 8K rock assemblies, use only a handful, and instead of trying to make complex volumetric cloud systems, use planes with simple cloud textures and key them in sequencer to move slowly across the scene. Your low-end GPU, like my mobile 1060, will thank you. It is very tempting to try to make a scene where lighting is super realistic with RTX. But if you don't have the hardware to support it, what I like to do is actually lower the light and use exponential fog to give a scene a somewhat mysterious atmosphere, and using the post-processing tool to really bring out some cinematic post-special effects that only work within a small box attached around your camera. I also have trouble with mixing textures in Megascans, so I can't make blends of rock or moss, for example. To remedy this, I would learn about blueprints and use some custom ones made by someone over at blueprinteu.com, and tinker with some POD material to blend and phase out assets in contact with the landscape. I found this worked really well as a concept and can't wait to use this properly in a more powerful system. Don't be afraid or overwhelmed at the blueprints that I use, as this is an example of really digging into the system and seeing what's possible. You can make very simple blueprints to make a texture glow or move in place. It's a simple yet powerful system, and the more time you spend with it, the more it makes sense. It's almost just pure logic, if you can take the time to wrap your head around it. I hope this video helped you, or at least inspired you to try to make your own projects, regardless of the hardware you have. It's really a great piece of software, and you can optimize it to your liking and find really creative shortcuts to problems in your project. Unreal Engine is really quite flexible like that, so get creative. And thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope everybody is well and staying safe out there. Peace out.